Okay, we're continuing the halachas of Melave and Malkah. So the Shiur brings the name of the kolboy. I'm sorry, Shibila Aleket. He brings from the Shibila Aleket. Moshel Shemalabin is a melech b'tziosei. Kshem Shemalabin moiso b'knisosei. So the idea of Melave and Malkah is something when the Kabbalah Shabbos when it comes, when Melave when it comes, something with Melave when it goes away. ובסידורים מפורש, all this on Shibila Aleket. Ever yesh ba'odom, v'niskoi shmoi, v'ena ne'ena ba'achil al-motzoi Shabbos. Ad kan l'shayna. He says that we have one bone, which is, it's called niskoi, which is we're going to see later on, it's also called luz, and that bone doesn't have any hana from any food we're eating, but from Melave Malkah. Because of oil, now go on piyutim v'zmiras and lavas hashav g'dei mo'amas and b'knosu b'tzios. Also, there's a to show chashivus, even though it's mentioned, even you're really not hungry, but it's chashivus of Shabbos. Besides the suda, we also do a full suda. Part of it, doing piyutim zmiras to show that it's not just to get it out of the way. We paying attention to it. The Rabbeinu Avram Azulai, he has a Pirush and the Levush, he brings like this. And that's what the Shibbola Aleket says, that Niskoy has no Anoy, but from Melave Malkah, says like this, V'yesh Omrim, we bring an opinion, She'nehena Rak Miyayin Havdola. According to Rabbeinu Avram Azulai, there's the Yesh Omrim, that bone of Niskoy, lose, it's Mekabel also from Yayin Havdola. According to this, it's only person does the Havdolah, because the minhag is not to give Yain Havdolah to others. Usually, there was exception to do it. The Rebbe used to give Kashal Bracha, but normally it was only Havdolah, only the Mavdil is choice the wine. So the Chor, according to the second opinion, only from the person does Yain Havdolah, could be that he moitzi acherim also in his shia, that they also anyway kaponim, but the most common opinion is that Su'udas Melave Malkah, it's nurturing that bone loose. Okay, says like this. Tam l'sudas motzoi Shabbos. Ki etz amring from Rabbeinu Avram Azulai. Ki etzam luza nikro niskoi mimena nisave ha'odam. A person is created originally from that bone of niskoi luz. V'hu kayam v'nitzchi. That bone is kayam, it's nitzchi. Umemeno yichya ha'odam b'tchia. The b'tchia sameisim can happen. The tchia can happen from that bone loose niskoi. Who am mekabel oineg v'oinesh achar misas ha'odam. They said the olam ha'emes tzadikim nedim ziv hashchina. They have Gan Eden and the Rishon going into Gehenna. Who are you punishing? The neshama, the guf. There's no. This is that etzem of niskoi. That's the one receiving the punishment and the reward. וכדי לקבוע בלב האום אמון השכר ועונש התחייה, because we should bring to our awareness of the union of schar ועונש אחר התחייה, אוכלים מעט במצוי שבס, להורס, כשם שעצם זה אין הנוע, כי אם אחר כלל 7 ימי השבוע, the whole week, that bone was not nurtured. It didn't have any hanoi from any achila v'shia we did during the week, only after 7 days, including Shabbos, מצוי Shabbos by this suda, כמו כן יקבל עצם הזה תיינוג וענון בתענוגי אוילם הבו אחר קלויס ימוש נסנו. Like the Moshel, the Shiva Samei Bretz, the Moshel, you mentioned Shim Shana. So it doesn't mean only Shim, could be more, but that's how we look at it, a cycle of life. The Shim Shana, that's same thing after 7 days, we eat Motzei Shabbos, and that's nurturing the Etzem Luz, same thing after 120 years, that will be the one receiving its food, its reward. All this it brings from Sefer Mata Moshe. Then we do this. Midrash Nelo. Nira shu bashidro, that's in the spinal. V'nikro garmo, a bone. Deloy sovil tamo demazoyne kashar garme. It doesn't take any hanoah from food like other bones. They get something from eating. This doesn't take anything. V'chenu atakif mishar garme, the strongest bone we have more than any other bones. Yeah, okay. Now, so this was all from Rabbeinu Avram Azulai. The Eliyah Rabbah brings, said like this. He brings again from the Mata Moshe. He expands more on and that etzem luz. Umemena nisava odom be'etzam atipo, the original creation of the person. This is from that luz. The kasher yomus odom, after 120, etzam is an nimoyach. That doesn't get destroyed. The whole thing could be destroyed, not this bone. But fil v'achnisu be'esh and a nisraf. If you put this in a fire, this bone, you cannot burn it. Ubarechaim and a nitchen. You put it in a grinder, you cannot grind this. Bepatish and a mispoitis. You go with a hammer, you cannot bust this bone with a hammer. Umemena ich adam lesatchia. The tchia semesim come from this bone. Vu amekabel oinek schar v'oinek shachem mishon. Ve'etzam hazeh shorshoy v'yikorei me'etzam hashamayim. Meaning, like we're just coming, we read in Parshas Eke about the mon. The mon was lechem in hashamayim. Normally we eat lechem in the oretz. So this bone it's not the regular bone min ha'oretz. It's min hashamayim. It says that's what he says. Vu shor ve'etzam hazeh shorshoy v'yikorei me'etzam hashamayim. So it's completely ruchni. It's a different. So we see Malava Malkah. It's completely ruchni, especially during summertime when you're really not hungry. You just ate your whatever meal, shalashudas and the Shabbos. You already don't want to look at food. You're doing it. It's dover ruchni. It's more dover ruchni, more ruchni than other sudas, because the mashal and Suda Shabbos says don't eat Friday. Come to Suda with have some taiva. So the taiva gashmi is there. Not only ruchni. Motzei Shabbos, it's more ruchni the food. It says like this. And this etzem is not nehena from any food but Malava Malkah. It says im ken lo nehena me'etzadas, since this bone has a tendency not to have any hanoah from tanugas elamahazeh. So by etzadas, that was the main avera was suffer till tchias hameisim, the avera etzadas. That bone did not have any participation in avera etzadas, because when the whole body enjoyed from etzadas, this bone didn't. Lochen and a nifsat. That's why all the hefsed, the hefsed in the world came, the kiloy, the annihilation, because of the aver, and that etzem was not part of the aver. Memele says, so he says that etzem, it doesn't have, it doesn't get annihilated. It's etzem hashamayim. It's more shmaimi. There's no kiloy over there. There's no annihilation over there. Okay, I just want to add one more nakuda from the Kavachayim bring from Sefer Divrei Yitzchok. That first of all, we know that's who all the poskim bring that noshim ve'anoshim, that man, woman, all mechuyev and Malava Malkah. But he brings Shema, the David writes Shema b'shem Rav Elimelech, that the Melech legends. He says shesgula le'noshim shelo iskashu beledoson, as gula they should have easy labor. He says sheyochlu b'chol motzei Shabbos is a dover l'shem mitzvahs sudas Malava Malkah. By this they yeldu benokel bet Hashem Yisborach. So it's another segula of Malava Malkah for the women that they could have easy delivery. It's through eating the suda of Malava Malkah.